Once upon a time, in a vast and lush forest, there lived a tiny, energetic mouse named Milo. Milo was known among his fellow forest creatures for his adventurous spirit and his big heart, despite his small size. He lived in a cozy burrow. Nearby, in a cavernous cave at the base of a rugged hill, lived Bruno, the biggest and sleepiest bear the forest had ever known. Bruno had gone into hibernation many months ago, as bears typically do. However, Bruno was not just a quiet sleeper. He was a snorer, a thunderous, ground-shaking snorer. His snores echoed through the forest, disturbing the peace of many woodland creatures. Poor Milo was the most affected. Being so close to Bruno's cave, his little burrow constantly rattled and vibrated with each snore. Night after night, Milo lay wide-eyed, unable to sleep. He tried stuffing his ears with moss, burying his head under leaves, and even moving his bedding deeper into the roots, but nothing could muffle the sound of Bruno's endless snoring. One particularly sleepless morning, with his patience worn thin, Milo decided to take action. "I can't take it anymore," he squeaked, pacing back and forth. There must be a way to make Bruno stop snoring. Milo considered his options. Maybe he could wake the bear himself, but the thought of getting close to Bruno's giant paws and sharp claws made him shiver. Then an idea struck him. He could ask for help from Leo, the mighty lion. He would know how to wake the bear safely. With newfound determination, Milo set off to find Leo. He reached the center of the forest, where Leo usually lounged atop a sunlit rock. Leo was there, basking in the warmth of the day. The lion's golden mane gleamed in the sunlight as he opened one eye lazily to see the tiny mouse approaching. "Well, well," Leo rumbled. "What brings such a small creature to my resting place?" Milo gathered his courage and explained his predicament. Leo listened intently, occasionally nodding. When Milo finished, Leo gave a thoughtful roar. "Waking a sleeping bear, especially one as big as Bruno, is no easy task," Leo said. "But I understand your problem. Perhaps we can try something clever." Leo decided to accompany Milo back to Bruno's cave. Along the way, they devised a plan. "If we can create a sound even louder than Bruno's snoring, it might startle him awake," Leo suggested. Milo's eyes lit up at the idea. When they arrived at the cave, Leo took a deep breath and unleashed a mighty roar, one that rippled through the forest like a wave. Birds took flight, and Milo's tiny heart raced. But Bruno didn't budge. He just rolled over, his snoring even louder than before. Thinking quickly, Milo whispered another idea to Leo. They gathered some dry leaves and twigs, creating a crunchy carpet at the cave's entrance. Leo then summoned his forest friends, trumpeting elephants, howling wolves, and chattering monkeys. Together, they made a raucous symphony that echoed through the trees. Finally, after one especially loud roar from Leo, Bruno stirred. He yawned a colossal yawn, blinking his sleepy eyes. "What's all this noise?" he grumbled. Realizing he was awake, Milo scampered up and squeaked, "Bruno, you've been snoring so loudly that no one could sleep all winter." Bruno looked embarrassed, rubbing his eyes. "Oh dear," he mumbled. "I didn't realize. Hibernating always makes me snore." Feeling sympathetic, Milo offered a suggestion. "Maybe if you sleep on your side, it won't be so loud." Bruno agreed to try, and to everyone's relief, the next night was much quieter. Milo finally got the peaceful sleep he had longed for, and the forest settled back into its tranquil rhythm. As the days passed, Milo and Bruno became unlikely friends. Milo would visit the cave during the day, telling Bruno stories about the forest life, while Bruno munched on honey and berries. One evening, Leo suggested organizing a forest festival to celebrate the arrival of spring. Everyone agreed, and Milo took it upon himself to teach Bruno how to dance. At the festival, the pair became the highlight, their mismatched dance drawing cheers and laughter. One day during one of their dance practices, Bruno shared a secret with Milo. "I always felt lonely," Bruno admitted. "Other animals thought I was scary because of my size and my snoring." Milo patted Bruno's paw gently. "You're not scary once they get to know you. You just needed a friend." From that moment on, Bruno realized that being himself was okay, as long as he was considerate. From then on, Bruno's snores were no longer a dreaded sound, but a reminder of the big bear's gentle heart. And Milo, no longer just a small mouse, was recognized for his bravery and kindness. Peace, friendship, and joy filled the forest once more.